land gets developed for human use, the landscape changes. We don't see as many types of vegetation, trees, grasses, and so forth. This is in turn related to other losses, the loss of animals that once lived there. But these are the obvious changes. But there are also less obvious changes like the climate. One interesting case of this of changes in the local land use causing changes in climate, specifically the temperature, is in Florida. Now, what comes to mind when you think of the state of Florida? Sunshine, beaches, warm weather, oranges. Yes, exactly. Florida has long had a great citrus industry, large growth of oranges, lemons, and grape. The temperature doesn't often get below freezing, but there are some areas in Florida that do freeze. So in the early 1900s, farmers removed even further south in Florida to areas that were even less likely to freeze. Obviously, freezing temperatures are dangerous to the crops. A bad barrier of cold weather along with spell falls could ruin an entire crop. Anyway, before these source growers were moved south, much of the land in South Florida was what we called wetland. Wetlands are areas of marshy, swampy land. Areas where water covers the soil, or is present either at or near the surface of the soil for a large part of the year. Wetlands have their own unique ecosystem with special adaptations. Very exciting, but it's not what we're talking about today. Where's why? Farmers moved south. Oh yes, farmers moved south, but the land was not suitable for farming. You can go orange land in wetland, so farmers had to transform the wetland into the land suitable for farming. To do that, you have to drain the water from the land, move the water elsewhere, and divert the water sources such as rivers. Hundreds of miles of drainage canal were built in the wetland. Now these areas are new areas the farmers moved to, used to be warm and likely to freeze. However, recently the area has become susceptible to freeze. And we are trying to understand why. Is it some global temperature change or weather pattern like El Nino or something? Well, there are two theories. One idea is that, as you suggested, that major weather patterns, something like El Nino, are responsible. The other idea, and this is one that I personally subscribe to, is the change in the temperature pattern had brought out the loss of wetland. Well, how would the loss of wetland make a difference? Things I've been studying so far. We discussed the impact of landscape on temperature, right? What effect does the water have an area? Oh yeah, bodies of water tend to absorb the heat during the day and they release the heat at night. Yeah, yes, exactly. What you just said is what I want you to know to understand. Bodies of water release heat and moisture back into the environment. So freezes in your large bodies of water are generally milder, slightly warmer than those without water. And what I know another thing is that the loss of the weather has created the situation where the local temperatures in the area are not slightly different, slightly colder than they were 100 years ago before the wetland was waned. Hmm. Do we know what the temperature was like back then? Well, we are able to estimate this. We have data about South Florida, the current landscape on the front cover, and we are able to reconstruct data about the landscape prior to 1900. Then we enter those data information about the landscape looked like before and after the rain, when was rained. We enter the data into a computer weather model. This model can predict the temperatures, and when all the data were entered, and all over cold trend was predicted by the model, how much colder does it get now? Well, actually, the model shows a drop of only a few degrees Celsius, but this is enough to cause dramatic damage to crops. If levels overnight are already very close to the freezing point, then this drop of just a few degrees can take the temperature below freezing, and freezing causes frost, which can collapse. This damaging frost wouldn't have if the wetlands were still existed, just as a tiny temperature difference, tiny major consequences.